according to my calculation.
Welcome to another episode of
Ray and Nev.
I said that pretty fast, right? Another episode. Episode with
Ray and Nev.
And today we have a special guest,
Luis Martinez.
How you doing, Luis?
Doing pretty good.
Are you excited about today's episode?
Yeah, I'm excited.
We are gonna officially call this episode the glasses episode because everyone in the room is wearing glasses. We're all getting older, so we.
Whoa! What are you saying?
Except for Neville, maybe.
We're all getting older.
I know I'm getting older.
All right, I'm good. This is just I like what he looks.
Just going to help me see this screen better.
Is that what it is?
That's
what
all
it's
it
for?
is.
Okay, awesome. So in today's episode, we're going to be interviewing another team member here at La Rosa Realty Orlando. And we're going to ask him the same similar questions that we asked Neville when he was on the hot seat. So we're going to go ahead and get started with you. I'll go ahead and pass it over to Neville. Neville, you can ask the first. I'll ask the first question. You'll ask the second one. When you were a kid in high school, who were you? What kind of kid were you in high school?
I was in sports. I was a very athletic kid, very into sports.
Okay.
Chasing the girls.
That's what I was. Okay. What would your grades look like?
Love honesty.
No, they were mediocre. I was a
So
C,
you
B,
chased the
B,
girls and not the-
C plus student.
You chase the girls, not the subjects.
Chasing the girls and the teachers, yeah.
And teachers.
Yeah.
Whoa, okay.
Okay, that one low.
Yeah. Any teachers we should know? Nah, I'm just messing with you.
Well, we're not trying to get anybody in trouble here.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, we
If
don't.
we need to talk later.
Okay.
Off camera.
Off camera. All right. Now you got the second.
So, what got you into real estate?
I needed a new change of my career and what I was doing before. I was into retail for over 20 years, and just out of the blue, I just told myself that I needed a new change. I needed a new life. I needed to breathe better, and this is the reason why I chose to be a real estate.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome. What advice would you give a new agent? I mean, you being a new agent yourself, what advice would you give a new agent in regards to what they need to do if they get into this industry? Once they get their license.
Keep learning. Keep going with your education. Just don't stop learning. Don't give up. Keep yourself positive. And ask a lot of questions. Don't be afraid to speak up. And just have fun with it. Just have fun.
Awesome. No?
Awesome. All right. What has real estate changed in your life?
It started to change little by little on how confident I'm being. I'm starting to, it started to change my life at home, especially with my wife and kids. I feel like I'm putting myself out there with my kids. I'm supporting. I'm actually speaking more with my wife. A lot of it's changing. A lot is changing for the better for me, and I'm excited to grow. I can't wait to grow.
All right. Awesome. That's great news. Why La Rosa Orlando?
Well, because I do have a Mr. Ray Zapata that I've known for many years, and his brother Eric Zapata, and just seeing them grow successfully, and it just intrigued me to join with them, and just ride along with them and grow.
What do you like once you came over to the office? What did you like about the office? About
the positivity, just it was everybody was in a good mood, and just I felt like everybody wanted to help each other. That's what I felt.
Why do you think we have that energy here? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts on that is just I don't know. I just I'm used to back in from what I was doing my retail experience. It was actually the opposite. Everything was negative. The attitude from customers and from your employees, you get the attitude from the drama. The he said, she said, and I actually had to try to turn that around, the opposite. But coming here, it was already positive, and so it gave me no room to say anything negative and just stay positive. And so that's what I liked about coming in here, and just everybody's welcome. Everybody just comes to me like, "Hey, man, I'm here for you, man," and I'm like, "All right, I'm here for you back."
All right. I got a two-part question for you. What is your ultimate goal in real estate?
My ultimate goal in real estate is is to really grow with the in the position that I'm at with the executive group, and just help grow and just learn as much as I can, and just be a team player all the way, all the way.
Okay.
Awesome.
And what about in life?
In life, I want to share my experience to that everybody that's around me, especially to my family, and give them that that I want to share my knowledge to them to where they can actually you know become a realtor or anything else they want to do. But in the long run, this is actually helping me become a better person, to help me help families to get into a new home or sell their new home. But it's actually feeling a lot better than what I used to be doing in retail. So
Okay.
I'm excited to see what's going to happen in this long run.
All right. Was that so hard?
No, it wasn't so hard.
Okay, I mean, pretty easy.
I'm not gonna lie. We've been trying to get Lewis on here for like the last 2 weeks. He's been ducking and dodging us, just disappearing us.
Yeah,
I give him some credit. He was going on some listening appointments. He was actually busy, but 2 weeks. I'm just gonna put that.
I'm gonna admit
yeah.
that.
Not only that. The funny thing about it is, here's a gentleman that got into the business just this year, and it's already sold over $1 million in properties, which is amazing. So round of applause to you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We continue. We wish you continued success, and just keep going out there and doing what you're doing, and keep spreading that positivity. And hopefully that'll create even more growth within you and your family, and that's gonna be amazing. So awesome. All right. So now, you're gonna stay with us for the next segment, right?
Yeah, I'll stay with you.
All right. So, and obviously Lewis helps us a lot in this area as well. So this will be good for him to be here and give his personal touch on this. But starting to invest, right? So we're going to talk about today about if you are just an individual, you don't have a real estate license, and you want to start investing, where do you start? A lot of people say, where do I start? And it's fairly easy, but it does take a couple of things, right? So the first one we're going to talk about is, what do you need to start investing, not wholesaling? So I'm going to touch on that, but I want all of you to touch on it as well, your points on it, because obviously we've all dabbled in these two aspects of the business. So, Nev, I'm going to ask you this question so that way, and then you could push it back towards me. What's the difference between being a real investor and being a wholesaler? What's the difference there?
The actual investor is actually I want to say he's the end point for the actual property, where the wholesaler, more or less, he's the connector between the purchaser and the seller. The investor is one who actually, at the end of the day, is one who purchases it and puts their money into the property.
Okay. What about you, Lewis? What is the difference between an investor and a wholesaler?
It's pretty much the same.
The same aspect.
Same concept that Net was saying.
I think we're all kind of agree on that, except for one thing that I always look at it from the standpoint of there are two types that they one of them is it could become unnecessary, but right now he's more necessary than ever, which to me is the wholesaler, because the wholesalers are out there trying to find the deals for the investors.
I don't think they can be replaced, honestly. They're the connectors. If you're the investor, you're the one that's really bringing up the money, working hard to build your skills as far as actually picking the right investments. But the investor is not going to go out and look for the actual deals. They just don't have the time on their hands for that.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, the way I see it is, so the investor doesn't have the time, but when the wholesaler gets the deal, right? And don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking wholesalers, but I mean, you see all these videos on YouTube, which are very, very deceiving on, I can show you how to buy a house with no money down. I can show you, and they're not really showing you how to do that. They're just showing you how to wholesale, but they're packing it in a way that they sell it to you as something other than what it really is. Because I've seen these courses, I've actually paid to go to these courses to see exactly what they're doing, and it's not different.
You're more talking about the ones that are like fast food wholesalers, more or less, where it's like they're marketing to your social media, trying to sell you on a dream. And I'm not saying they're just selling something fake, but they're trying to get you to get that fast money without actually giving you the background of wholesaling?
I just don't like the way they package the deal. You get what I'm saying? Like with the wholesale, I think that, just say what it is, we do wholesale deals, right? So we're not saying that wholesaling is bad, but we do wholesale deals, and every single wholesale deal that we've done, we've already, we go to the seller, and we have advised the seller exactly what we're doing, and we give them all the options, and then they get to choose which one they want to do.
Yep.
So, and that's the opportunity. That's the best part of us being licensed real estate agents, because we have ways to give them options.
Yeah.
To where a wholesaler doesn't have a license, is initially practicing real estate without a license, which could be illegal if done the wrong way, obviously. That's why they don't call themselves wholesalers. They call themselves investors. Because an investor would say, "Oh, I'll buy the property," and then what happens is they take the property under contract, right, at a price, and then up the price to the end buyer, and then the difference between the price that they took it under contract and the upped price is their profit, which sometimes is very well deserved. I'll tell you that, because some of these people work hard, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours a day, just pounding the phones, knocking on doors, hitting the pavement. So I totally respect the hustle. I just wish the hustle was a little more honest. That's just my take on that. And
I want to throw this in here. I don't know if we can mention it. We're allowed to mention it, but wasn't Dean Cain a wholesaler?
Yeah.
The old Superman.
Yeah.
I remember his commercials on TV. Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
He used to sell like a program and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. He used to do it. I mean,
I was just a shocker. I seen.
And let me tell you, and this is the coolest thing that I've seen though. I have seen where wholesalers, like Dean Cain's a good example. I'm glad you brought him up. He's the type of person that he started in wholesale, made a little bit of money, and then started purchasing the properties himself, and started flipping and started holding. So now he has a great portfolio because he did that.
Yeah.
So if you don't have money where to start, this is not the episode we're going to do that, and we're going to be doing that in another episode on how to wholesale. In this episode, we're talking about the investor.
And that episode is only going to be $4.99. I'm playing. It's
no,
100% free.
Yeah, 100% free. We don't charge for any knowledge. Knowledge is power, and we give it away for free. All right? Now, you choose the value that you want to add to that knowledge. Now, second thing is, what do you need? What do you need, Neville, to start?
At least a little bit of money. Some type of capital to start it. Most loans, as far as when you go to a conventional lender, they are gonna. If you're an investor, they're gonna ask for about 20% down. Unless you guys have seen anything different.
No, I think 20% down's typically. I mean, it's typically the norm. As you get better and as you start to build a portfolio, I think that number can go down tremendously. I have seen it go down. So when I first started to do it, with hard money, we would be charged at 20%. And then as we got better and better and better and did more and more deals with the bank and created the relationship, obviously our down payment went down lower. So it does benefit to use the same the same hard money lender all the time, because then they see what you're building with them, and then eventually you can build an umbrella, and that's what most of the top people like Grant Cardone and stuff like that. That's how they build their wealth. They create an umbrella where they have all this capital just sitting, and then they purchase properties as the properties come. So that's a good thing. The second question I have is the second thing that you need is obviously credit, right? So you need to have some credit. I mean, you can be below a 600 credit score and still get a hard money loan, but the points are going to be higher and stuff like that. The better the credit, the more the lender is going to be, more flexible, but more. I'm trying to look for a word. Help me here, guys. Like
more reasonable with the
they'll be more reasonable with the interest rate because of that.
And
so,
any points that they might charge up front.
Yeah, exactly. Because the points, that's another thing that you have to understand, that if you take $100,000 loan, they may charge you 2 points up front. That's already $2,000.
And for the people who don't know, what are points?
Points is it's when you switch it into what it really is, it's percentage.
Mm-hmm.
So if they charge you 1 point, that's 1%. They charge you 2 points, that's 2%.
So
they charge you 2.5 points.
So it'd be like 1% of the loan amount
of the
that
loan
they
amount.
want you to pay up front.
Correct, but it's the loan amount, not the purchase price, which a lot of people kind of get that confused. So if you already got 20% down and you're doing $100,000, right? They're gonna charge you the 1% on the 80,000 that they, because you're bringing 20 to the table.
Yeah.
So you have to keep that in mind as well. Another thing too is you have to build a team. and you have to build a team that you can rely on. I know Neville was around when we built the 6, and obviously you saw the biggest headaches that we had during that time frame, and the fact that we had to fire the GC we had at the time because he had stole a ton of money from us. So definitely we want to have a GC. What else do you think we should have? If you're doing a flip, let's talk about flips.
Contractors, you need a team that's gonna know how to flip. That's gonna know how to do drywalls, the bathrooms,
kitchen,
materials,
landscapers,
landscaper,
finishers.
You need to pull your permits. You need to find all that information.
Yes, general contractor. Then you need a general contractor. Yeah, you need to find information from county. You know a lot about that, don't you?
I sure do.
Yeah, that's important, especially
with land.
Yeah, especially with land. That's if you're buying to build. But at this point, when you're buying to invest, obviously with a flip, a miscellaneous permit is usually one of the easiest ones you can get.
Yeah.
But getting a general contractor, building a team early helps. I know Manny here in our office built a great team for himself. He's already flipped a few properties and he's doing phenomenal. Obviously, we flip properties all the time, so you guys know that we do really well with it. I'm trying to think about who else. Tom Staples.
Oh yeah.
Thomas Staples on the team for his properties, and we know people outside.
We gotta get Thomas on the episode one day.
We do need to get Thomas on the episode. Yeah, man, because the knowledge.
This is your call out, Thomas.
Yeah, Thomas. Matter of fact, when we're done, when this episode airs, we're sending it directly to you to let you know that you need to call to action, to let us know that when you're going to be on the episode.
Yeah.
Right? That's fair to say. All right.
We might be able to provide you lunch, but that's about it.
Yeah, we have to talk to our publicists. We have to make sure that the funds are there for that. So that being said, that's all we have for today's episode. Very nice and basic. We just wanted to let you guys know exactly what are the top 3 things that you need to be able to invest. And like I said, let's go ahead and recap that. Number 1, Neville.
First thing you're gonna need is at least a little bit of money. Most banks are gonna want to see at least 20% down.
All right. Number 2, Lewis.
Just some credit around 620. The higher the better.
All right. And number 3 obviously is create a team of general contractors, landscapers, subcontractors that can do all the drywall, the renovations to the project. And usually when you hire a general contractor you can trust, they usually know the subs for that. So that's awesome.
This last part I actually want to throw in is definitely ask questions. Ask as many questions as you could possibly think of. Reach out to any real estate agent that you might know. Reach out to myself, Lewis, or Ray, and try to get as many of your questions answered prior to doing it. Because again, knowledge
is power. Absolutely, and you need that. So
teamwork makes the dream work.
There we go. Look at that. Are we gonna keep going? Are we gonna
learning from others' experiences will save you a lot of time and money.
Absolutely. Well, this was a great episode. Love to have you. I'm glad that we had you on finally after 2 weeks of begging him. You know what I'm saying, right?
Chasing him down.
I must admit, it was the glasses.
You had to actually bring him here, didn't you?
Yeah, I had to bring him here.
Wow, he had to go pick him up from his house to bring him here.
This is what we have to do for our guests to show up to the show. So, but we love having our guests.
It was wild as he sat in the back seat. He acted like it was a chauffeur.
Yeah, I felt like Uber. I
felt
like I was in an Uber. It's crazy, but you know what? It was worth it because we got to see a little bit of what a rookie agent does at La Rosa Realty. We like to build successful agents. That's what we do here, and to see him grow, not because he's a friend of mine, but to see all the agents grow. And we'll have another episode next week with another one of our agents that is doing phenomenal. Actually, won Agent of the Month. We'll be talking to her and getting her feedback on how you can help yourself. And we'll be touching a little bit more on investing. And she is right now what I consider our new home sales queen here at the office. So she'll be able to touch on how she's getting all those deals. So awesome. That being said, it was a great episode, Neville, like always. All right. Thank you guys. We'll see you soon.
See you next
Comments
time.
below.